Welcome back. I hope that you've all enjoyed your weekend. We will now start with the second week of Term 2. So grab your pen and your workbook and let's begin. This week's theme for Term 2 is Our Daily Bread. Lesson 1 for Week 2. We will look at foods bought most often by Grade 5A. Here are two graphs to illustrate the information on foods bought most often by a Grade 5A class. The first graph is a bar graph. The second graph is a pie chart. Both graphs illustrate that these kids in Grade 5A bought 5 products. The first product we can see in yellow is Mars. Now Mars, for you that don't know, is a thick sour milk. Secondly, we can see bread, followed by flour, eggs and milk. The bar graph also has numbers attached to it. We can see that Mars has 20 kids that bought this product, bread 15 kids, flour 15 kids, eggs 10 kids, and milk 10 as well. When we look at the circle or pie chart, we can see that it has the same information, it's just illustrated in a different way. We can see that Mars is still the most bought by the Grade 5A class, followed by bread and flour, and then eggs and milk. The slices illustrate how much were bought by these Grade 5A kids. Draw a line after your previous work that you did in Week 1 of Term 2. Write down the date that you will be doing this activity. Your heading is Read and View a Report with Graphs. Skip a line. Write down Activity 2, page 80. Just make sure here we start with question 4B and not 4A, because 4A is not relevant to the graphs. So after 4B, write down 4C, D, E, and F. Here are your questions. You can also find it on page 80 in your textbook. At G, we will be looking at a bit of revision that you did previous years. You will redraw the table in your book and fill in the antonyms by finding the words in the passage on page 79. At lesson number 2, we will be going into more detail about what antonyms are. Draw a line after your previous work. Write down the date that you will be doing this activity. Your heading, antonyms. What is an antonym? Write down, antonyms are words that mean the opposite of each other. Example, fast, antonym, slow. Write down the words on the left. Dirty, sick, and cold. You will also be drawing pictures of these words in not more than 3 or 4 lines. Write down the antonyms of these words on the right. After you have written the antonyms for these words, make sure you also draw a picture of these antonyms. You will now be doing another fun activity. Yes, it's another word puzzle, and this time it is about antonyms. You are given sentences, and in these sentences words are underlined. You need to take these words and fill in the antonyms for these words in the word puzzle. Use the word box on the right to help you. So for example, across number 2, the veterinarian said our turtle was very healthy. You need to write the antonym or opposite of the word healthy at number 2 across. At lesson 3, we will look at a secret language. Draw a line after your word puzzle. Write down the date that you will be doing this activity. Your heading, decipher a secret language. Skip a line and write down the following question. You and your best friend have a secret language. When he or she writes in orange, you know that word needs to be replaced with the antonym of this word. Try to decipher and solve the following. So you need to rewrite the message in the correct form over in your book. Just note, decipher means interpreting or identifying something. To my worst enemy, I hope you are still unhappy to be at home during this time. I cannot decide what I miss the least during this lockdown session. Your terrible company or the nasty food from McDonald's. Just thinking about the yucky meals makes me happy. I have nightmares about the salty McFlurries and sweet chips. I wish I could sell you some snacks as well. This is where I begin my note to you. Show it to everyone. Your nemesis. Boys and girls, we have unfortunately come towards the end of this week's work. I hope that you have all enjoyed this week and that you'll have a blessed weekend. So goodbye for now, and we will speak very soon. Goodbye.